we are back in the Daybreak Kitchen at the Blennerhassett Hotel, and obviously it is time for Thanksgiving. So Chef Jared, what are we making today?
Well, I figured today, since it's Turkey Day, we'll go ahead and kind of explore what to do with some of the leftovers.
Very important. I'm sure people will have a lot of those.
Yep. So, growing up, we all watched the movie A Christmas Story, right? You know, so the scene where the dogs come in and eat the turkey, and then the narrator's all upset about what they're going to do. You know, no more leftovers, no more turkey a la king, no more turkey gravy, no more turkey sandwiches. Well, today, I always wondered what turkey a la king really was, so I went ahead.
I don't know.
Exactly. So I had to do a little research. Turns out it's a very easy dish that comes all together. It's kind of a no rules, use up all the leftovers sort of situation. So it's exactly what we're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and start. Get our pan nice and hot, medium high. And then there are no hard and fast rules on this one. Whatever vegetables you got left over from dinner is what we're going to start with. So traditionally, we're going to do the traditional version today. So we'll start out with a little bit of clarified butter in our pan. We'll go in with half a cup of onion.
Okay.
Some sliced mushrooms. Sweet pepper. And then a little bit of chopped pimento just for some color and a little bit of zing. And just let those kind of steam out, come together.
And so when you're cooking them, do you want them to kind of get to the point of being soft?
Absolutely, and it just depends on what kind of vegetables you use. So if you're throwing green beans in here and they've already been cooked, you're not necessarily looking to do anything more than heat them up.
Right.
But you know, you got your leftover salad ingredients or whatever from Turkey Day. You know, you go ahead and bring them. Make sure they're just all the way cooked through. And that's really what we're looking for.
I can already smell it. Smells good.
Oh yeah. So basically, a lot of this stuff's already going to be pre-seasoned too. I mean, so you got your salt and your pepper, you know, your garlic and all that stuff, the herbs from the turkey itself. A little more delicate. We're going to go ahead and add our spinach in after everything's kind of come together. And we just want to wilt that down without it completely withering away. You know, you want to be able to see it. Throw in a little fresh thyme.
Our herbs, of course.
And again, you're going to want to account for that. You know, if everything's already, you know, overly seasoned. You know, Grandma went a little too heavy on the garlic or whatever. You know, just make sure you're tasting along the way. And then we're going to add our roux. So this is our thickening agent. And as we know, that's just 50% butter to 50% flour. And we're going to cook that until that raw flour smell goes away.
And we're keeping it all on the same heat, right?
Absolutely, yep. So medium high. And we're going to look for that to kind of cook through. It'll start forming a film on the bottom of our pan. And then we'll go ahead and come in with about a half a cup of sherry wine. And again, this is the traditional recipe. If you don't have white wine or sherry or anything like that, you can just leave it out. As you know, you can see our roux is already doing its job, forming the body of our dish. 2 cups of heavy cream. And if we did it right, things should start thickening up pretty quick. And now we can go from a medium high down to like a low simmer.
Okay.
So everything's come together very nicely. You can always keep a little extra stock on hand just to kind of thin things out and keep things under our control.
And of course our turkey.
Of course, going in with the sliced turkey. I mean, you could even do this with ham. You could do this with a prime rib that's left over, you know, depending on, you know, how fancy your Thanksgiving was. So what we're going to do is go ahead and another half cup of cream.
Okay.
And again, that's going to recover really quickly. Everything is nice and heated through. And we are almost done with this dish.
Wow, that is very quick.
Yep. Okay. So finally, we'll just go in, of course, with the salt and pepper. Fresh cracked pepper is always best.
Of course.
All right, so we are ready to get our biscuits warmed up, plate and
Okay.
serve.
All right, so we are going to go warm up those biscuits, and when we come back, we will taste test this. So we'll see you after the break. We are back in the Daybreak Kitchen, and our biscuit is warm, and it's time for us to try our turkey a la king.
Yep, so again, no hard and fast rules on this. This can basically be served over anything. You got leftover potatoes. Some people do egg noodles or dinner rolls, whatever. So biscuit, again, is just the traditional method here. So all we got to do is spin it over the top. And this usually, it yields quite a bit. So you'll have leftovers of the leftovers.
But at least you're switching it up. You're not just eating the same plain stuff.
And then we'll just come in with a little, little greenery for some looks there. Absolutely.
Okay. Let me grab a bite, get some biscuit.
It's one of those comforting kind of stick to your ribs, feed everybody sort of situations.
Yeah, it's a good change from
you got those house guests lingering around 2 or 3 days after the holidays.
Yeah.
This can kind of get them on out the door. Turkey again.
It's a good trick, but that is really good, and it's a great way to use up the leftovers that I'm sure you are going to have after Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
But of course, you can find this recipe and all of our other holiday recipes on our website at WTAP.com. But Chef, thank you so much as always for having us.
My pleasure.
And we'll have more coming up on Daybreak right after the break.